How you doing, folks? I'm just going to run through a little bit of the stuff that we're doing with the force plates here from VALD Performance. Basically, Sean is one of our athletic therapists here, and he's quite strong and powerful, plays soccer and GAA. And what we did, we put him on the ForceDecks, and we wanted to see how much force he was able to produce and how high he could jump. So this is the one jump that we did, was the counter movement jump. And this is the graph that we can use here. And as you can see down in the bottom here, started the movement where he drops down. He applies an awful lot of force through his feet, and then he springs up, and then this is where he takes off from this point. Okay, so he's dropping down, absorbing the load, and then he's expressing it up into that point. He takes off at that point, and then this is where he lands down, and it gives us an awful lot of data where we can kind of go through and figure out what he is doing. So let's look at his performance results. All right, so concentric is how long he took him to produce the most force, so from dropping down to right to the bottom to be able to springing off and getting off the ground. Eccentric is how much load he's able to absorb, so if you weighed quite heavily with a squat bar on him, could he squat down and could he actually spring up to the same height? And then what we're looking at, the most important data is like your jump height. So we got 48.3 centimeters, which is quite good. Now, don't take our word for it. We have all this data from VALD that it provided us. This is from professional soccer players. And what we're looking at is the percentile. So in the 99 percentile, his jump height is going to be 54. Sean scored about 48, so he's actually quite high. So we know how he compares to some of the top athletes in the world. Eccentric power, again, is quite good. It's in that 75th percentile. And what do we do with this data? So we're able to kind of design programs for him. So what will we do with Sean? So looking at his numbers, are quite good, but his eccentric duration, he's loading it, he's slowing down too slow. Basically, he's decelerating too slow, so we need to get those numbers up a little bit more, make him a little bit more reactive, and build a little bit more tendon strength to make him nice and springy like a kangaroo, so he can get down fast and up fast. And the benefit of this in the pitch is if you're able to slow down quicker, you're able to change direction faster, and then you're going to beat your opponent and you're going to have more athletic ability. So that's basically what we do with this. That's just one thing that we're looking at. Counter movement jump has been used all over the world in professional sports to try and analyze an athlete's ability to be able to produce force. And again, we can take any amount of data out of this, and we have all of these numbers to play around it that would just drive you insane. Looking at it, you could compare anything to it. But the most important thing is we want to keep it simple. We want to keep the information digestible, and then again, we want to be able to use the data that we give. You can do all these tests in the world, but if you're not actually getting something out of it that you can make an informed decision to be able to influence your training, then it's just not going to work. So yeah, so that's what we do with this, guys. We're doing the athlete profiling tests. If anybody's interested, just drop me a DM or give us a call at the clinic, and we'll get you in and then see how you compare to some of the best athletes in the world. Okay, but it'll be good for your pre-season training because we can direct your training a little bit more. We have a lot of guys coming in from gyms and from other personal trainers that want this data so they can make an informed decision about their training and where they're going to go. So yeah, guys, hope that helped. Any questions, hit me a shout.